Chapter 1 Enough with the fucking werewolves. August 1758, several miles away from Fort Duquesne. O sparkling lights of luminescence, how thine glowing eyes doth dot the midnight landscape and smatter your dust upon the earth! The stars are a billion tiny time machines. Their light reaches us from thousands of miles off. Some of that light, the very starlight by which we ignite our pipes, could be hundreds of years old. Ye glittering time machines of the blackest ocean, oh, to be among the stars, to drink the swirling mists of the endless realms of space, to whisk beside you, O stars, pathways to eternity! Sweet, blinking whisper of time, ye which— A musket ball whipped by and nearly knocked his eye out of his skull. "Get down, Revere!" Daniel Boone reached up and pulled him down into cover. "What an ass," thought Boone. "Who the hell stares out into the night sky in front of an enemy rifle battalion? And he doesn't even have a pipe." Boone was not one for speeches and waxing poetic, and he sure as hell wasn't into carrying all the water by himself, which is what was going to have to happen if this silly bastard got himself killed. Which way did it come from? Revere had not bothered to lift his head, and he was still face down in what Boone hoped was dirt, but was pretty sure had been donated by the local horses. "From straight ahead, right where you should have been looking." Revere may have been a fine silversmith, but he was dumb as hell on a battlefield. "Ah, yes, but then how could one keep watch when the sky beckons? Oh, silver twinkle! What magic I could work with your gleaming metal!" He rose once more to his feet. Boone pulled him back down again. "Stay down. You cannot be this stupid. It isn't possible." Oh, but it was. All too possible. But what Paul Revere seemed to lack in common sense, he made up for in genius. He was a master craftsman. Although just a young man, he was already a famed silversmith and proud volunteer in the British Army, the most powerful army in the world. Revere was also a very talented weapons designer, although this was more of a secret talent. All these skills would do him no good, however, if he kept sticking his head up into the night sky and got his skull popped by musket fire. Well, at least Boone could grab his three-corner hat. Sure, his raccoon skin hat kept him warm, but it smelled like ass. I mean, it was made from dead raccoon. Why the hell had he decided to make a hat out of it? Alas, that was a mystery for another time. "Listen, Paul, my boy," Boone began. "We have to crawl across the gap on our stomachs and drag the canteens behind us. If we stand, we're toast because of all that damn starlight you're so fond of." "Right, crawl. But it's muddy," Revere whined. "Your face is covered in horse shit and you're worried about mud. Listen, we crawl and we live. We stand and we die. So I say it's time to get a-crawlin'." Boone did not wait for response. He simply tied half of the canteen cords around his leg and started to crawl. They were a good 400 yards from the western lines where the water was needed, and probably at least a mile from the creek. They couldn't stay here, so they had no choice but to try and reach the western blockade. If they were caught out at sunrise, they would be screwed. Maybe they would get lucky and it would be the French. The French often took prisoners, but if the war party was primarily Indians, their chances of keeping their skulls well coated in flesh would be pretty low. "Come on, Revere, speed it up." Paul Revere preferred horseback riding to horse shit crawling, but Boone had a good point. They had to get moving. The army needed water, and they needed not to be shot, so it seemed all the logic pointed to crawling. Still, what a shame to waste such a beautiful night without at least writing a song. He started to whistle. That was when 20 to 30 lead balls embedded themselves in the men's immediate area. "You whistled?" Revere responded. "What do we do? Can we call a time-out?" Boone was already cutting the canteens from his leg as another volley of musket fire sizzled over their heads. "Run, you songwriting jackass!"